Hello, my friends, and welcome to My Left Ear. I just started this introduction. It turned into spaghetti, so I stopped it, and I'm starting it again, so we'll hope that I don't mess up too much today. It is Sunday, September 24th, but this will be up for Monday because this is weekly runes. On Sunday or Monday, I usually do weekly runes. Just to get a vibe for the week. And but you probably know this, that this is a left-leaning political site with psychic commentary and then the runes. But today is just the reading, and then I will come back on Tuesday with the My Left Ear political stuff. And by Tuesday, there should be some more interesting news and events. Shall I put it that way? Events. When I am not here, I have a Patreon channel with My Left Ear. I do the political stuff. I always have a good evidence story and quotes. And people really seem to like the quotes and the evidence stories because they're uplifting. We're talking about politics. That's not always uplifting. I try to find a slant so people aren't depressed after they, because it's rough out there right now. It's chaotic and cray. That's my new word. I like cray, C-R-A-Y, because everybody's cray. Would you agree with me? All right. When I'm not here, I do private sessions. I do psychic coaching. I've been doing clinical hypnotherapy for 20 years. All kinds of things, even preparing people for surgery, working on habits, confidence, public speaking, goes on and on and on. And if you want to contact me, my email and my phone number are below. And I can even set up a short, free consultation if you want to ask me questions. All right, so here we go for the week of September 25th to October 6th. And I pulled, the first rune I pulled, I just asked, what's the energy for the week? What do we need to be aware of for the week? So I pulled the rune of gateway. Gateway, it's interesting. It's a place of non-action. So I'm going to read to you what it talks about. Now, the second rune I pulled totally synchronizes with gateway and non-action. So you'll see. And then we have a little surprise at the end. That seems to be something that happens, that little like, oh, here's a new crinkle. So it's a good reading, actually, this week. Even though we're in turmoil with the government possibly shutting down, but I'll talk about that on Tuesday. All right, gateway is a place of non-action. It's a place of contemplation. Oh, there's Pete. Hi, Pete. Oh, please don't play with the runes, Pete. All right, I'm going to put the runes away because I opened the whole bag of runes, and what he will do is start batting at them. Okay, I think he's good. I think he's just going to lie down. Can you see him? So he's joining us today. I love that. He's a little sleepy. All right, I'm back to the runes. Sorry about that. So gateway represents moving from one space into another space. And we are in huge transition. When we look at just the United States, moving from one space into another. Now, gateways show us that we are transferring from one space to another. And we may not even realize that the transfer has occurred because we're right in the middle of it. But it's like a marker, gateway, and it's showing us a change. So there's going to be like some kind of turning point of some kind. More news, of course, but like a turning point, and a good one. So this rune, which is called Theresa, speaks of standing in the gateway, ready to take the step. We don't know what that step is yet. This rune indicates that there is work to be done both inside and out. You know, that is like, yes, of course. It even represents the frontier between heaven and the mundane, okay? It's not to be approached and passed through without this contemplation. So part of our job now, this week, is to spend some time in contemplation and non-action. Like, just hold off on the impulses, okay? Because deep transformational forces are at work. The power of passage from one form of being into another. Wow. Now, before you step through the gateway, pause, review, and review the past. The joys, the victories, and all the lessons. Observe all of that, bless it, and release. It is the letting go of the past where we reclaim our power. And that may, this may be affecting all of you individually in your private life. And I can relate to this because of some personal things that are going on in my life. Observe it, bless it, and release. So I wrote, my left ear says we're in a little waiting period, and you'll see with the next rune. And then there's movement into the trial season. And that's going to be very big. That signals this shift where it really gets serious. When you think about it, a year and a half ago, we were not here. We were hoping for trials. We were hoping for movement. And so, all right, so the second rune is called Perth. It is the rune of initiation, and it represents something hidden, a secret. So Perth comes with a strong message. It's not gentle or passive, all right? But it clears a path for change. With it, sometimes, and here we go again, the best action is no action. Like gateway. So these two really support each other about just kind of sit back and observe. That is honestly in life sometimes the best decision. So this supports it. We got two in a row that are saying contemplate, don't jump, no impulses, no action. At least at the beginning of the week. Now it talks about the unknowable in life. Perth can be telling you that your situation is far different than what you perceive it to be. There may be things going on outside of your range of knowing. And believe me, there's a lot of things we don't know yet. There's a lot of drums are beating and we can't hear them necessarily, okay? Now, Perth is the first to appear that answers are beyond our comprehension at this time, okay? So we're not supposed to know everything, even me. It's saying that no matter how well you think you know a situation, there are important factors beyond your perception. So we need to just recognize that. For the moment, this is just a weekly reading. This is a now reading. So this speaks to secrets and the unknown. So interesting. Hidden forces, unseen activities. Perth appears to tell you and I that there are things going on beyond our control. So it is best to set things aside for now. Two messages that are really similar. So really heed this. Even if you're thinking about your own personal life. Let life take its course. Before action and decisions, wait until you have all the available info or input. Choose your actions appropriately. So again, I wrote a note, my left ear, I put it in red. And once again, it's what I've just been telling you. It's aligning messages between gateway and initiation that urge us to just hold back from decisions, actions, just watch. Because there's things, the drums are beating, and we don't know exactly what it's all about. We know what's going on in Congress, of course. That's a free-for-all. That's a mess. It's a bunch of gladiators going at each other. But this is even bigger than that. Now, on the material plane, Perth, initiation, is about surprises, gains, unexpected rewards. So this is, I'm really intrigued by this reading, I must tell you. When Perth shows up, a mystery is involved. All right. So, but we'll find out. We will find out. All right. Perth invites your spirit to soar to a new degree of wholeness and acceptance. Okay, so this is transformational, right? Chance favors the prepared mind. So be prepared to capitalize on opportunities that may come your way, our way. So, you know, something good. But now we're to the third rune, which is breakthrough. All right, breakthrough. It's a good rune. The next two, and I pulled a clarifier also. So breakthrough is a warrior rune. It's a spiritual warrior. It signals a major shift or breakthrough in the process of self-change, a complete transformation in attitude. For some, the transition is so radical that they are no longer living the ordinary life in the ordinary way. And because the timing is right, the outcome is assured, although not from the present vantage point. So maybe not as of today, because things are up in the air. You know, the whole government may shut down. Radical trust is called for here. But this rune of breakthrough also says it's the bright warmth of the sun as it breaks through the final barrier. So it was like so perfect that it came 1, 2, 3 in the third position. And it's illuminating the inner self. So look forward to being illuminated. It speaks of prosperity. I like that. Of being able to break through that which held you back from your personal forward progression. And you know what's coming in right now? It's the government shutdown that I mentioned last reading, not last runes, but last reading, that, listen, this is huge. I could be wrong because half the pundits are saying, oh yeah, this is going to happen. This is going to be shut down. I'm not certain of that, all right? Carrie, my ear. I keep feeling like this sort of last minute save. And this is making me feel, this breakthrough is making me, it's aligning with that is what I'm trying to say. Now, if there should be a shutdown, it will not last long. It will not last long, okay? Because it's so serious. So prosperity was the last word I said. And it's a breaking through that which held you back from your personal forward progression. When we don't shut down the government, then it allows this forward progression. It's akin to being released from a quagmire, which is a mud pond. And the sudden release of energies may well propel us forward. So it says, keep your balance, use your instincts, because a major period of achievement and prosperity is often introduced with this rune. You know, it's funny, when I first started doing hypnotherapy, I named my business Breakthrough Hypnosis. And I still call it Breakthrough Hypnosis. So I like that word a lot, breakthrough. All right, so I pulled a clarifier, because I think it's fun to pull a clarifier. It's that fourth rune of like, okay, let's go a little deeper. And I pulled the movement rune, which goes along with breakthrough. There's a breakthrough, there's movement, okay? It's good. And that rune, movement, represents the horse, okay? And a horse's movement. It's progress. It's directly connected to the horse, like I told you. And the importance of the horse on man's culture, you know, cannot be measured, really, the horse. So movement is the message here. Movement. This is the rune of transit, transition, physical shifts, new dwelling places, new attitudes, new life. Something's going to shift. Get your stuff together and get moving on that project before you miss the opportunity. So take that in for a minute, because that may be personal to some of you. Get moving on that project. Accept the path. Even if the stairs seem steep, you will accomplish them. We will accomplish them. And with this rune, movement, there is a gradual development and steady progress through numerous shifts. And a relationship may need to undergo a change as well. Now, with the United States, that could be any relationship, you know. I'm thinking about, as I'm talking about this movement, I'm thinking about Kevin McCarthy. There may be some shocking movement around him. And there might be a resignation in the GOP. All right, so that just came through too. This rune says, as I cultivate my own nature, all else follows. And it also says that we have progressed far enough to feel a measure of safety. That's a tall order, right? With everything that's going on, but let's just take that to heart. That, look at it, like I said, if we looked at a year and a half ago, so many things have been revealed, and there has been movement. And even Jack Smith just brought on an expert in international crime, an expert, someone he's worked with, he just added. So that gives us a clue. This would not be happening if there wasn't another leg, espionage. You get my point. So that's it. This is going to be an interesting week. I'm not panicked about this government thing, because I just have the strong feeling that there'll be a last minute save, or it'll be done in 48 hours. I mean, it's just unacceptable, and everybody will go nuts. And it's pretty much two or three people on the Freedom Caucus and the GOP that are causing all of this, because Kevin McCarthy, who is so weak, he has no self. He's just weak. He's unreliable. He's a flip-flopper. One minute he says one thing, like just a few days ago, he announced some kind of defunding for Ukraine, and then he came back 2 days later and said, no, we're not going to do that. So he's not to be trusted. And I think his days are numbered. I don't know if that's a good thing, because I don't know who would replace him. At least we know who he is. There's no improvement, right? There's just no improvement. I will be back on Tuesday with political, my left ear feedback. We'll observe, and I'll do some more runes then. I already have some interesting questions. So have a good, well, see, today is Sunday, so I got to be careful. This is for Monday. This is going to pop up late tonight or early tomorrow morning. All right. So have a good Monday and make peace, make good memories, and I'll see you in a few days.